I'm back with another video, Panama Canal Zone Part 2. Did a lot of hiking this time. Here we go. My wife and I have a friend that moved to Panama City. She said, hey, maybe you guys should come down. 3 days later, we called and said, hey, we're downstairs. Come and let us in. I decided that I wanted to hike in Soberania National Park, about 30 minutes from Panama City. Panama is about 600 miles north of the equator. It has 2 seasons, a dry season and a rainy season. They're both hot. One is just hot and it rains in buckets. My ride picked me up at 5:30 a.m. He turned around and he looked at me and he said in Spanish, he said, you know you're going out to the jungle, right? I said, yeah. He said, oh, okay. And I asked him, I said, well, yeah, you've been out here before, haven't you? He's like, no, I live here, man. Why would I go out there? And then when he dropped me off, he said, good luck. I'll be here at noon. He dropped me off at this road/trailhead. You will know you're entering the park. There's an old ranger station. There are 2 signs there, one about Soberania National Park, the other about the Rainforest Discovery Center. It's about a 2-kilometer hike up the road to get to the ranger station. On the way, the first thing I see is the jungle. The second thing I see is an agouti. It's a small rodent-like thing, and you kind of wonder, hey, little fella, you're just out here. You know, there's a lot of things that look like they want to eat you. I don't know you should be out here in the open like this, but here he is. I'm on an old road called Pipeline Road. It was started during the construction of the Panama Canal. It was never finished. It is cut through the jungle, so that is how I can move here about, because the jungle, as you can see, is thick. I won't be going in there. I'm not sure if you can hear that. Those are howler monkeys. Hopefully I can run into them to get a few shots. It's about 6:15 and it is hot already. After a kilometer or 2, you're going to come to a fork in the road. If you go to the right, you will continue down Pipeline Road. If you go to the left, you will go to the Rainforest Discovery Center. So I decide that I'm going to go to the left and I'm going to go to the Rainforest Discovery Center first. And when you do that, you'll see there's a ranger station there. You pay your entry fees. If you are not a citizen of Panama, you will pay $30. I chose the Discovery Center first, and Discovery Center is a stretch. It's just actually the left side of the jungle, but they have a Canopy tower there. There's a tower out in the middle of the jungle. You can climb the spiral staircase. Just let me say now, there are 174 steps. As you ascend the stairway, you'll get to see the jungle from a very different perspective. Once you get to the top of this thing, you're going to need to catch your breath. But then you're going to look out and you're going to see the wildlife that lives in the tree canopy. The tower is able to accommodate a number of people. There were 4 or 5 people at the top of the tower when I got there, which is actually pretty cool because you help one another spot wildlife. From here, immediately I hear toucans. Toucans tend to live at the top of the canopy. So now this climb is all worth it. I spend quite a bit of time on Canopy Tower, and I must say that, you know, in my travels, I meet some of the most interesting people. I spent a great bit of time just talking and getting to know a few of the people from around the world who are also at the top of the tower doing the same thing I'm doing, looking for birds and enjoying being a nerd. Hummingbirds are quite popular in Panama. For a bird that's no bigger than your thumb, hummingbirds are actually really interesting. Hummingbirds, only bird that can hover and actually fly backwards. Their wings will flap 50 times in a single second. They can reach top speeds above 50 miles an hour, especially if a male is chasing a mate. Because they spend so much energy flapping those wings and flying so fast and being so small, they consume nectar every 10 to 15 minutes.
They don't go very long without feeding. I could have sat and watched hummingbirds all day, but I knew there were some other things out here that I wanted to see, so I get moving. For those of you who want to come out here, please know this. You are in the jungle. Bring lots of water, bring some insect repellent. Make sure you also pack rain gear. When it rains here, it rains a waterfall. And this time I decide to go down Pipeline Road. When you veer to the right, as you start to hike down Pipeline Road, you're going to pass a gate. It's in Spanish. It simply says, don't bring your dog in there. You're going to see some other signage that kind of maps out the road, gives you some idea of where you are.
Another morning in the jungle. I'm out here on Pipeline Road in Panama. There isn't a soul anywhere, in either direction. I kind of like that.
Pipeline Road is 18 kilometers one way. And although I have no intentions of hiking all the way out and all the way back, I do plan to spend a great bit of time here. There are over 350 bird species that have been spotted along Pipeline Road, but just a few steps in, I don't see a bird. I look up and I see a three-toed sloth. They spend most of their lives in the trees. They will come to the forest floor to relieve themselves, and then they're back up in the trees again. Sloths move very slowly. Sloths move so slow, other things have time to set up nests and live in their fur. A few more interesting things about sloth. One, they're a lot stronger than they look. They look fairly fragile. They're much stronger than people. They are blind, but they have a tremendous sense of smell. They are solitary. They spend their lives in the trees, so much so that female sloth even give birth in the tree. And they spend 15 to 20 hours a day just sleeping. I hike just a bit further and I come to a sign says Radio Hill. This is more like a mountain than a hill. It is it is hikeable, but it is very steep. So if you decide to do this, I hope you've been working out. But along the way, I see tons of wildlife. More than I see, I hear. I hear this sound, but I can't locate it. And it's right above me. I finally look up and I see a red chestnut macaw. He's loud. He saw me long before I saw him. And I kind of get the sense that he's letting everyone know that, hey, there's this dude walking around down there. I think that might be a camera he has, but I don't know. So I'm just letting everyone know right now. I watch him watching me as he moves back and forth from tree to tree. That was pretty cool. I really enjoyed that. Macaws are some of my favorite birds. Happened to stumble across one. I felt like I've seen enough on Radio Hill. Saw my macaw. Decided I'm going to hike back down. Keep going down Pipeline Road. I go a little further. I see old friends, the howler monkeys. They're just hanging out in the trees. They seem to be a bit relaxed. I see this male, and you can tell he's not shy. He sees me, I see him, and apparently he does not feel threatened. I watch him and the other howler monkeys in the troop. As I said in a previous video, howler monkeys are the most populous primates in the areas that they populate. I watched them in the trees for quite a while. In fact, I was there so long, I finally saw some other people. I'd been out here by myself most of the morning. I don't know if that was a good thing or not, but there are other folks out here. This is the national park, so it is unreasonable to think that I was going to have this whole place to myself. By now, I feel like I've hit the wildlife jackpot. I've got howler monkeys. I see a beautiful rufous mott. Actually, I see a few of them. Kingfishers, rails. So I am feeling like I've hit the wildlife lottery. Let me say this. There may be a time when you grow tired and you want to take some rest. Be careful where you sit and where you put your hands. There's some things crawling around out here that you don't want in your pants. You've been warned. This has been a great couple of days. I have reached my turn back time. I realized I got to get back to the trailhead. And of course, on my way out, I run into another troop of howler monkeys, and I just have to sit and watch these dudes because they're so entertaining. I only stay for a while, and then I hike back out. Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share this channel. This has been a great couple of days. I got a chance to check off another location on my bucket list, and I must say that Pipeline Road, Soberania National Park, did not disappoint. But before I bring my Panama trip to a close, I will leave you with these. Thank you for watching. I'll be posting another video soon. Please tune in.